900,000 more Americans file for unemployment. 900,000. They join millions of Americans who, through no fault of their own, have lost the dignity and respect that comes with a job and a paycheck. So many of them never thought they'd ever be out of work in the first place. And now a lot of these folks are facing eviction, are waiting hours in their cars, literally hours in their cars, waiting to be able to feed their children as they drive up to a food bank. It's the United States of America. Folks who are able to still keep their job, many have seen their paychecks reduced, and they're barely hanging on and wondering what's next. Sometimes the anxiety about what's going to happen next is more consequential than what actually happened. But this is happening today in America. Over the last year, more than 600,000 educators have lost their jobs in cities and towns. We have so many millions of people working 40 hours a week, working, and some with 2 jobs, and they're still below the poverty line. That's 5 million children lifted out of poverty. 1 in 7 households in America, 1 in 7, more than 1 in 5 Black and Latino households in America report they do not have enough food to eat. That includes nearly 30 million adults and as many as 12 million children.
Unprecedented unemployment is creating new pressure for local food banks. More than 37 million Americans are currently food insecure, according to USDA figures. That's nearly 1 in every 8 households in America that do not have enough to eat. Food insecurity is a horrifying reality for many families in the United States today. Nearly 1 in 5 children are living below the poverty line without access to nutritious food options, making them highly susceptible to obesity and the diseases that can accompany it. The pandemic is having an effect on supply lines, resulting in increases in prices at the checkout stand, but that's not the only reason food prices are going up. It's a combination of real inflation, supply, demand, civil unrest, the government forcing shutdowns, and the willing public that support these policies. The American government spends billions each year on wars but can't even properly feed their own people.
And even with that drastically mistaken number, even with that, by that calculation, today, 40 million Americans live in what the government recognizes as poverty. That's 1 in 10. 18.5 million Americans live in recognized extreme poverty. And 5.3 million Americans live in recognized absolute poverty. We must look at where our children live and what they need, because we cannot go another year with kids not getting food that they need, not losing parents because they can't afford health care. This is a moral wrong. And for children to lose their parents because they can't afford insulin or chemotherapy in what we proudly call the richest country in the world is a moral injustice and a moral outrage. We're just talking about recognizing poverty, and there is resistance to doing that. Why? Why? I believe that we do not want to recognize the level of poverty in this country, because if we did, it would be a national scandal.
Looking more and more third world every time I come down here. And I just want to cover a lot of this for all of you today to really see what's going on with the homeless crisis that we have in America. I mean, this just goes on for blocks. Blocks.
And not keep an eye out on that money.
Where the money's going.
Of where it's going.
Right.
Okay, recently they put up a new bike lane.
در گزارش وزارت کشاورزی امریکا 41 میلیون امریکایی دچار گرسنگی هستند. بیش از 12% از خانواده‌های امریکایی از گرسنگی رنج میبرند. این یعنی بین 40 تا 41 میلیون امریکایی. طبق گزارش CNN 43% خانواده‌های امریکایی یعنی بیش از 143 میلیون شهروند امریکایی قادر به تأمین هزینه‌های ابتدایی خود مانند اجاره و غذا نیستند. طبق برآورد نشریه ورد فامیلی مپ یا نمودار جهانی خانواده 40% تولدها در امریکا خارج از ازدواج مرسوم در این کشور هستند. یعنی 4 نفر از هر 10 نفری که در خیابان‌های امریکا قدم میزنند مولود نامشروعند. طبق اطلاعات منتشر شده توسط مرکز بین‌المللی اطلاعات زندان‌ها، ایالات متحده امریکا نزدیک به 2,300,000 زندانی را در خود جای داده است. آمار تکان دهنده‌ای که نشان می‌دهد که 1/3 زندانیان زن جهان متعلق به امریکاست. طبق گزارش این مرکز بالاترین میزان زندانی در جهان به نسبت جمعیت متعلق به امریکاست. گزارشات مرکز بازیابی میرمار و CNN حاکی از این است که ایالات متحده بیشترین میزان مصرف کوکائین و بالاترین میزان سوء مصرف مواد مخدر در جهان را داراست. اووردوزی که فقط سالانه 72,000 کشته روی دست ایالات متحده می‌گذارد. آنچه از تحقیقات رسانه‌هایی همچون BBC اینترنشنال و CNN برمی‌آید این است که در حکومت گانگستر معابانه ایالات متحده سالانه بیش از 40,000 نفر در اثر تیراندازی در امریکا جان خود را از دست می‌دهند. اگر ایالات متحده تنها و تنها جنگ با عراق را راه نمی‌انداخت و بودجه‌اش را در داخل کشور صرف می‌کرد، می‌توانست به حساب هر شهروند امریکایی بیش از 23,000 دلار یعنی معادل 345 میلیون تومان واریز کند تا تمام آمار فوق را کاهش داده و ایالات متحده را تبدیل به جایی بهتر برای زنده ماندن کند.